What's up, folks? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? My man Ryan's in the house. Double D, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Josh, what's happening, man? How are you doing? That sounds like a winner, Ryan. We've got nothing in the forecast. I think for the last couple of weeks, man, we've we've been promised rain by the weatherman, and it hasn't materialized. Meanwhile, many other parts of Texas have gotten significant amounts of rain, but San Antonio has not. I recently, I recently got a letter in the mail from the San Antonio uh, water department saying that our residence is in the top 5% of water use in San Antonio. Top 5%. And they assume that I'm watering my grass on days that I'm not supposed to. So uh, I had nothing to say in reply. But yes, I have cut back my watering to once a week, man. And every time I look at my grass now, it hurts me. Good evening, folks. uh, Double D is in the house. What's happening, buddy? Headed to the Royale. Headed to KC, man. That is all right. Be safe. WAP, what's going on, buddy? That wet ass port. What is going on? NBL is in the house. Good to see you today. Drunken Chef, what's happening? What's happening? All is well, NBL. All is well, man. Oh, I get you, Ryan. You're out there watching, getting ready for the show, not the shower. Okay. Sounds like a winner. Bat, what's happening, buddy? How are you doing? Firewalkers in the house. What's happening, man? How are you doing today? Thank you very much, Mama. Thank you very much. Got another minute or so, folks. Just go with a little pleasantries. Give the peanut gallery another minute, man, to getting to find their seats. I trust that everybody's had a great week to this point. Big D's is in the house. What's up, Delaware Barbecue? Thanks for stopping in. Man, I'm really glad I am seeing a significant number of creators here in the house. And man, I would love to pick your brains, hear what you have to say in regards to creating content. So please stick around for a couple of minutes, man. Let's get some good ideas going. We may have one or two new folks in the chat that are interested in starting YouTube channels. Maybe we can provide them with some info based on our little knowledge. And the same goes from all of us. I'm sure there's something we're doing that no one else might be doing. If you're willing to share that, that would be absolutely great. Charlie Cruz, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing today? Judge, my Rams, my Rams suffered a defeat, man, but the Cowboy loss really just it gave me, and I shouldn't say the Cowboy loss, but just to see the fan reaction really gave me pleasure. And every chance I get, man, I'll stick the knife in a little deeper, do a little poking. But it's all in good fun. Yeah, it's all in good fun. NBL Drunken Chef is going live tomorrow. All righty. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. All right, so folks, tonight, man, we're going to be talking content creation. You know, what can we do to make better videos? What are you doing that none of us might be doing? If you're willing to share that, but we're just looking to share information. And like I said earlier, maybe there's somebody, one or two people here in the chat that are interested or thinking about starting a YouTube channel and just does not have any idea how to go about it, man. And the one thing I'll tell those individuals is to just put a video out there. This is not something that you can practice for. This is not something that you can go to school for. This, in my opinion, is all about learn as you go, man. And the easiest way to overcome any stage fright that you might have is just start doing it. So, welcome back to another episode of Mom and Papa Joe, man. We appreciate you stopping in. So let's see. Let's get to the bottom of the chat, man, and we will jump into things. And Double D, you're absolutely correct, man, because you are you're some timing. There are times when you drop one or two in a week or two, and then you go for long periods. And one of the things I've learned, or one of the things I think I've learned, is that consistency plays a huge role, in overall growth. It helps you in establishing a good fan base, so to speak. People know when to expect your videos, and it goes a long way in developing some fan loyalty. At least that's the way I feel. All right, that is for Drunken Chefs live, I believe, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific. Judge is saying he got to get past the 60 plus hour weeks. No content in his near future. Always a content creator supporter. And that is very much appreciated, Judge. And man, you know what? I totally understand that, because there's several other content creators out there that are currently struggling, man, with the commitment of a full-time job, and then trying to put out content. So you've just got to man, you've got to make a decision, and you're gonna have to sacrifice somewhere along the line, man, to sneak a video in there. You know, instead of one a week, maybe one every 2 weeks, man. And there's some short videos that they're fairly good short cooks that you can do and turn them into videos. They don't all have to be pork butts, 8 hour cooks, 9 hour cooks. Man, you could knock out. There's so many different chicken recipes you can knock out in an hour or so. But then I know here comes the editing and all that other stuff. So it is time consuming, man. But once you set your mind to it, I think it's something that is more than doable. Uh, just have to sacrifice the football game on Saturday or something like that. My man Joe's in the house. What's happening, Killer? How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you this evening, man. Yes, I hope all is well. Joe, hope all is well. Rick, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing this evening? Johnny is in the house. What's up, Chef? How are you doing, man? I'm trying to get to the bottom here. AZ, is that Arizona? Turbo Mini, what's happening, man? Great to see you this evening. Thanks for stopping in. Double D says this winter he's going to shoot on Sundays and release on Thursdays. That's definitely doable, man. And I'm not going to call any names, man, but you got folks who are holding. Uh, if you can do a 4 hour live, if you can do a 3 hour live, man, you can do a 1 hour cook. I don't care if I got to bring all the lights out of the house in my backyard in the dark to get a cook in. If I really want to grow a successful YouTube channel, then I'm going to find a way to get it done. And that's not a knock on anybody, folks. Don't get me wrong. But If you want to do it, I think you'll get it done, man. You'll get it done. Thank you very much, NBL. I appreciate that, man. Joe, how's that heat treating you, man? There you go, Chef Johnny, man. Johnny says he's dropping shorts recently that helps. And man, what I've seen, and they're successful at it. I saw a young man, and I just subscribed to this young man a few days ago, and he's not a cooking content creator. He does more tech stuff on his YouTube channel. But for whatever reason, somebody, his church asked him to barbecue for a picnic. And man, I watched his entire uh, process, prepping and seasoning and doing everything out there at the park, and he struggled. He's got a small channel, but I mean his video went for some 40,000 views, and out of that one video of him cooking in the park, I want to say that young man created like 10 shorts, about 10 shorts, and many of those shorts went over 20,000 views. And that was his one and only cooking video on his channel. So I'm gonna hit him up and ask him, does he plan on doing any more? So Johnny, like you said, man, those shorts are really, really effective if you use them correctly. My hesitancy with shorts is, man, that the instructor in me really want to put out more information that I'm capable of doing in a short. I find it hard, man, to cut a short down to 20 seconds. I know you can go up to 60 seconds, but it's still there's just so much I'm leaving out, man, that I am not ever happy with the product. But yes, that is absolutely a course of action if you're looking to get some content out there. You can get as many shorts as you want out of one long form video, man. So again, thank you very much for that. Hey, Killer, I said that for y'all. I'm not giving up my football. I'll even cut a live short to go watch to go watch the game. Oh my goodness. There you go, Ryan. I think you'd be a good content creator, man. I know that you enjoy watching videos, man. And if you're anything like me, you're learning as you're watching. You're picking up tidbits here and there, and you're going to be able to put all that together, man, and drop a video. My man Charles, what's going on, buddy? You got to raise your standards, Charles. CJ, my hero. You've got to raise your standards. Correct, Charlie. Thank you very much, man. Turbo is from Arizona. All right, he's a Texan but resides in Arizona now. He said he needs to change his name. Jill in the kitchen, welcome back. Thank you again for stopping in. 97, that's right about where we are, Joe. As a matter of fact, 8 o'clock today, it was actually 95. So still a little warm to go outside and live stream, but that's coming up in another month or so, man. Johnny says, all right. Johnny says he just realized that he's got a few hundred reels on Instagram and can take most of them straight to a short or TikTok. Wow. And just edit a little and post them at 50, 60 seconds. Johnny, that will set you a couple of months in the black, man, in terms of putting content out there. Yeah, pretty cool idea. So, yes, folks, it can be done. Yeah, it can be done. Delaware barbecue, man. I'm glad to hear. Glad to hear that. Mom and I inspired Big D's to start a channel, and he did. But the videos are terrible so far. It's called Power Stack Barbecue. I'm writing that down, and I'm definitely going to check you out. I didn't know that. All right, Power Stack. All right, I will be checking you out, buddy. And I'm here to tell you, man. I don't think any of us, unless you had some professional help, I don't think any of us, man, started out dropping perfect videos. Uh, matter of fact, I don't know that anybody today is dropping perfect videos, even those with the professional help. Like I said earlier, it's something that you will learn, and everything you learn from one video, man, you try to take forward and improve the next video. But the primary objective is to get those videos out there, and eventually you'll come up on a style, you'll come up with a process, and you're gonna see some improvement from video to video. But just get it done, Delaware. Johnny Maggs, what's happening, buddy? Good to see you this evening. Great to see you. Let's see here. Johnny says your first 100 sucked, so hurry and get to 101. uh, yes, sir. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. So, folks, I've got a list of things, man, that that I think have helped me out in being able to create a halfway decent video, man. Um, I don't know how many of you do it out there. I don't know if you kind of storyboard. I don't write it out. I don't have like a whiteboard or a blackboard where I write things out. But in the days before I start a video, man, over and over, I'm running exactly in my head, kind of like storyboarding, and I can kind of visualize exactly step by step what I'm hoping to get done in this video. So as I knock out one step, I already know what the next thing I want to happen is. And for me, it really helps things run smoothly. I've already visualized this. I saw this yesterday, and I'm just bringing it to fruition today. So for me, that has really, really helped. And I think with this, you're going to be able to develop a style. If you're watching, if you based on how many people you've subscribed to, if you're watching them on a regular basis, you kind of know after 20, 30 videos, you kind of know exactly what that individual is going to do. So they're not really going to surprise you because you've kind of come to know their style. At least in my case, I know their style. For a lot of you guys that I watch on a weekly basis, man, I can almost anticipate what's going to happen next, what you're going to do next. So I know your style. Let's see. I don't want to fall too far behind on this chat. Turbo, Mom and I are in San Antonio. We are here in Texas, man. We're kind of your homies. You ever decide to come back home? Yes, but we're right outside of San Antonio, a town, the city of Converse. We're a small city, you can say. There you go, Johnny Maggs. There's another idea for a show. For a show. Now, let me ask the questions. Can you have you ever just been on YouTube, and you're on YouTube's homepage, and if you're on my homepage, because I watch so many cooking videos, man, uh, if there are 20 thumbnails on my homepage, there 15 of them are going to be cooking videos. Can you ever just get a quick glance at someone's thumbnail and you immediately know who that cook is, who that creator is, just by their thumbnail, the style of their thumbnail? If they're using words on their thumbnails, the style of their lettering. I am here to tell you, I have gotten to the point where I can just look at a thumbnail without seeing the creator, and I know exactly who it is. And for me, that is what I'm talking about. How you've developed a style, you know, and along with that consistency and that fan base loyalty, this is where it comes from. Your fans recognize your style. You know, they know what to expect. They can just see it and know, okay, boom, I know who that is. I'm going. Now, let's talk importance of certain things in videos, man. How important is a thumbnail? To start off with, how important is a thumbnail? You know, you're gonna hear several different things about it. How important is a thumbnail? How likely are you to watch a video based on the thumbnail? How unlikely is it that you're going to watch a video if the thumbnail is not is not grabbing you? And I ask that because I've seen videos with a ton of views with crappy thumbnails. With crappy thumbnails, is the title more important than the thumbnail? Is the title more important than the thumbnail? Jewel, I developed that recipe. You know, I'm here to tell you, I am a fan of Walker's Wood wet jerk marinade or seasoning, based on how you want to refer to it. And I kind of just looked at the Walker's Wood label and all of the ingredients that they use. Of course, there aren't any amount, so you just kind of have to play with it. But my homemade jerk marinade is based on Walker's Wood, and the only thing that's in Walker's Wood that I am not using, the only two things is citric acid, which I could if I wanted to, but I've decided against it. I am using lemon juice instead of citric acid. And the second thing is Scotch bonnets. I'm using habaneros instead of Scotch bonnet pepper, only because I can't get Scotch bonnet peppers. But I'm here to tell you, man, it is as close to Walker's Wood as anything else. Stephen is in the house. What's happening, Stephen? How are you doing, buddy? Jules said the thumbnail is the first impression. So I think Jewel is more likely to watch a video based on the thumbnail. I can definitely understand that. I can definitely understand that, and I agree with you. But what about those videos with a ton of views that have poor thumbnails? I have seen somewhere, if I had to look at the title to be able to figure out what the thumbnail was, you know, I just could not figure out. Maybe it was too small. Maybe it wasn't in HD. But I had to look at the title in order to figure out the thumbnail. And again, they had a ton of views. So I think thumbnail and title goes hand in hand. You know, I think they go hand in hand. If I look at your thumbnail and I can't figure it out, then I will definitely be looking at your title to see what's going on. I am just not going to click. And if the title grabs me, then I'm on my way. Johnny says that he stopped adding anything to his thumbnail other than the food. I did that just recently, and the video was well received. Yeah, I did that just a few weeks ago for the first time, and it was well received. I don't know that. I don't know what the research says. I do want to say that there's some research out there about that. Uh, I've also seen where research said that adding a face to your thumbnail, a human face, not a cow face or a pig face, adding a human face to your thumbnail encourages more viewing. Again, I don't know how true that is, but that would now entail me to go out and find a photoshopping app. Delaware says if he sees a thumbnail of something that he wished he had made because it looks so good, I will watch. I can absolutely agree with that, man. When I see a great thumbnail, I'm quick to smash it and man, see if it's something I want to create, or recreate. I'm always looking for inspiration, man, and a good thumbnail can be the start of that inspiration. Killer Miller says he thinks the title is most important because of the algorithm. But once your video gets recommended, the only way someone will click on it if they like your thumbnail. Absolutely 100% true there, man. You know, your title is going to have to be something that the viewers out there are searching for. You know, your title has to show up in search results. And when it does, then they're going to look at that thumbnail and it's got to be something that grabs them. So, like I said, those two, man, thumbnail and title go hand in hand. Yeah, the thumbnail and title goes hand in hand. Very good point, Killer. Stephen. Stephen, I'm a fan of Heat, but man, I am not a fan of anything that's going to have me tearing up and not enjoying my meal. I love the feel of burn, man, but I don't want to feel a third degree burn. And I have yet to handle or mess with a Carolina Reaper. And I don't know how serious you are. Would for a batch, let's say a 32-ounce bottle of jerk marinade, would one Reaper give me an amount of heat that I'm looking for, or could one Reaper push it over the top? Yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to get my hands on Carolina Reaper. Sleeper, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Jules said that marinade sounds good. All right. Jewel is Jamaican and just finished seasoning 3 pork shoulders for jerk. All right. But I should send him a bottle of jerk so he can be the judge. That wish you were closer. Wish you were closer. Sleeper, all is well, buddy. All is well, man. I totally understand, Johnny. Yeah, I totally understand. Trying to draw attention to the food and nothing else. I've got a face made for radio, so I don't know that I want it on all my thumbnails. Yeah, Josh, I have yet to see one of those confused looks or those wild looks that makes me want to run and watch that video. I don't know how effective it is, but it's not a draw for me. It's very similar to putting, I did this and this happened in your title. That is almost a turnoff right off the bat. So the confused look doesn't do anything for me. Johnny says it makes people wonder why. It makes them want to click. Yeah, I'm not one of them, Johnny. Woo-wee. Yeah, Stephen. That Reaper brings the heat. Yeah, that Reaper brings the heat. Jewel is in New York. I'm telling you, if you're not able to get your hands on anything else, man, and you want to make and you don't want to make your own, Walker's Wood will be your ticket. Yeah, Walker's Wood will be your ticket. Folks, another thing that I've got written down here, man, to really, really grow your channel, to develop a decent fan base is authenticity. We see so many styles out there. We've got some people who are, and you can identify them in their videos. You've got some people who are naturally funny, and their comedy, their laughter, their style is a part of who they are. It comes naturally. Then you'll see some that it is forced, where it doesn't flow. It doesn't look like it's a part of their personality. So I am one of those, man. You've got to be who you are in those videos. Otherwise, the people out there can really really identify it, man, and they may not necessarily click the way you want them to. So what I'm saying is, be who you are. Be who you are, man. If if you're a jokester and you enjoy doing it and it comes naturally, then integrate that into your videos. And man, you're gonna that people are gonna recognize your style. And one of the individuals that I always refer to when I say that is Joe. And Joe has been kind of scarce, but man, he is the man. His comedy is just so natural, so much a part of him, man. You would think he was in a movie somewhere. I'm referring to Joe Everett. Yeah, I'm referring to Joe Everett, and many of us here know Joe. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, I just don't see it, man. Yeah, but I'm the same. Lance said, "No kidding. If they're confused, I got nothing for them. I'm gonna move on." Yes. So, Jules, you know about that Walker's Wood. I'm telling you, Steven, it's the truth, man. It's the closest thing. And man, I copied all those ingredients, and I just kind of came up with amounts. And I am here to tell you that man, mine might be even better because I've adjusted it to what I like. But it's very close to Walker's Wood. Yes, Charlie, natural personalities, man, make for great content. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Don't try to be somebody that you saw in a video and it worked for them. So you're going to try to copy that style. Just be who you are. All right, moving on. Another thing on my list is thinking outside the box. Man, the sky's the limit when it comes to cooking videos. You can do just about anything you want to. But in terms of growing a channel, getting the views, for the most part, you know, uh, people can identify with certain, because we're cooks, we're cooks, barbecue, more than anything else. People can really understand certain proteins. We all know, people are used to brisket, people are used to pork butts, people are used to ribs, etc. And on a daily basis, man, there are thousands of those videos being put out. You know, uh, so what I'm saying is, when I talk about thinking outside the box, how can you cook a rack of ribs differently than those other 100 cooks out there? Everybody is going to smoke it for a couple of hours. They're going to wrap it for a couple of hours. They're going to sauce it, set the sauce, slice. What can you do? How can you do it that's going to kind of separate this protein from everybody else? Again, this is a protein that these people understand, these people love, that they see on a daily basis. But if you want to be noticed, are you able to take that protein and produce a product that was done differently than anybody else? And when I say differently, I'm not talking it has to be blue instead of red. You know, we can all get to the same, we all end up in the same place, but how we get there is what I'm saying. Can you cook it on a different pit? Can you cook it differently? You wrapped it this week. 2 months from now, can you do it on a wrapped? Can you grill it? You know, uh, so that's what I'm talking about, thinking outside the box. You know, when we're talking about thinking outside the box, I'm not saying go out there and find giraffe meat and cook it on video. You know, people may not. Chances are people aren't going to identify with giraffe meat. You're thinking outside the box, but it still has to be something that people can relate to. Still has to be something that people can relate to. Johnny says he's been told people come to me to learn something, but if they want to be entertained, they have to go someplace else. I I'm with you, Johnny. Yeah, I am with you. Yeah, man. When I'm watching videos, again, I'm looking for inspiration, man. I'm searching for inspiration. I want to watch good videos that are going to bring something to the table, man. And if I can walk away from that video with a couple of 2 or 3 tidbits of information that I can apply to my next video, job well done. Job well done. I'm not here to be yucking it up. You're not going to see me on camera too often, uh, beginning and end for the most part. It's all about the cooking, man. It's all about the food on the grill or on the table. Stephen, nobody has a problem, man, understanding you. As a matter of fact, I think that accent is cool as hell. Yeah, I think that accent is cool as hell. I love it. Yeah. And it's so tasty. I love it. And again, Stephen, that's your style, bro. That's your style. I know what to expect. I know what to expect. I know what I'm going to hear. In the miracle of time, I know I'm going to hear that. All right. You know how I feel about that heat. I know I'm going to hear that. That is your style. And you're one of those that I mentioned without mentioning your name. I can look at your thumb. I can look at that thumbnail. I say, oh, Stephen dropped one. It might be one a month, but I know when I see that thumbnail that Stephen dropped a video. That's the truth, Charlie. Yeah, that is the truth. All right, what do we have? And something else, man, to grow that channel, uh, take advantage of the platforms. And I'm bold enough to sit here and tell you that. Meanwhile, I am not very my TikTok my TikTok game is completely non-existent. I created a TikTok account. I think I may have used it once or twice over the last year and a half. So I'm not a fan of TikTok. Uh, I'm primarily YouTube and Facebook. Instagram is a distant third, but there's so much room for my social media game to grow. And I really think it's very, very helpful, man, to your channel if you can take advantage of all these different platforms. I have definitely got room to go in that arena. Oh yeah, Joe, I've got that face for radio, man. So I'll do my intro and my outro, and that's pretty much all you're gonna see of me. Um, and and I'm here to tell you that I love those types of videos. I don't need to see you telling me what you're doing. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And I'm watching you do it. I'm watching the food. And man, I'm in hog heaven if that's what you're giving me. Yeah, I'm in hog heaven if that's what you're giving me. Buzz says he's still learning the content creating thing. I don't think any of us ever uh, stop learning, Buzz. Yeah, I don't think any of us ever stop learning. There's just so much that we haven't busted 10% of this game yet. Yeah, we have not figured out 10% of this game yet, man. Uh, you got to be in it for the long haul, and slow and steady wins the race. You know, slow and steady wins the race, man. You can't compare yourself to anybody else out there. Um, you look at this, some of these guys been in this thing 10, 12, 15 years. So to compare any of us to anybody else is you're doing yourself a disservice. Johnny says he just started a TikTok. Mike is in the house. Triple B Triple. What's going on, buddy? Speaking of people who work so much, they don't have time to create content. Mike, what's going on, man? Good to see you here this evening. That's the truth, Johnny. Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, yeah. If you stop learning, man, you might as well cancel Christmas because it's over with. Oh, Buzz, I know you're out there, man. Yeah, I know you're out there. Hey, another thing on my list, folks, is stepping outside your comfort zone. You know, we all have areas that we're very, very comfortable with. And some of us tend to want to stay in those areas. But man, you're leaving a huge audience out there, wherever they might be. Uh, if you're not stepping out and doing some other things. Um, and again, I'm saying, when I say step out your comfort zone, I'm saying just take one of our ordinary proteins, one of our common day used proteins, and just doing something culture culturally different with it. Did I say that correctly? Culturally. Yeah. You know what I mean? Do something different with it. I remember one of the first times where I stepped out is matter of fact, Mama's and I first video. Mama, was our first video Jamaican meat patties? Our first, and I don't know if this was by accident or whatever, or maybe I don't even remember if we planned for it. But the first time we decided to video, I want to say we did meat patties. And folks, I'm here to tell you meat patties are not something easy to do. Uh, we had never done them before. We watched some videos, we researched some recipes, and heck, we did meat patties. I want to say they were meat patties. I could be wrong. If meat patty, if they weren't our first, they were our second video. But again, you know, at that point, we didn't have a comfort zone. So I guess it wasn't a big deal. We could have done anything because we didn't have a comfort zone. But yeah, we did something that was totally new to us for our very first or second video. There was another time we took ground beef and did like some Turkish kebab on a shish. That's the metal steak. And man, they turned out great. Matter of fact, we got so many awesome comments from foreigners, and I was pretty impressed. So, uh, you know, you want to step outside your comfort zone. Maybe use a different style of pit. You know, something that you're not used to. If I know you might be a fan of pellet grills, but man, there's a huge audience. There's a huge numbers of viewers out there that may not have pellet grills. Right? They might not have pellet grills. Uh, they might not have stick burners, but they got charcoal grills. So switch up your cooks every now and again, man. Create something for those individuals that you didn't create for in your previous three videos. You know, I am starting to see, and I felt good about this a little while ago. I'm seeing people using their ovens a little more than I had in the past. And when I say people, I'm talking about people within our community. Uh, I know I took some heat from my boys the first time I did an oven video, but folks, you're here to grow your channel. You know, you're not here to listen to what your clownish boys are going to tell you, the hard time they're going to give you. You're here to grow your channel. Think about it. How many individuals are out there, man, that see you on the grill week after week? They live in an apartment. They can't have a grill. They can't have an open flame. How easy would it be for you to 1 week knock out a rib video in the oven? Folks, I'm here to tell you, uh, we've done two so far, beef rib and pork rib. And outside of the missing smoke, these ribs were absolutely beautiful, delicious, and they both went over very well with views. So the pork rib video there's over 100,000 views and still going strong. So again, man, there's a whole uh, significant viewers for oven type videos, and you already know we do. We will throw in a stovetop video in there, man, every maybe once a month, and they go over well. So again, get outside your comfort zone. You know, you don't want your channel to become pigeonholed. You know, we call ourselves Mom and Papa Joe. That was our competition name. And we don't plan on, we have no plans to ever change that. But that does not mean that everything we do is going to be barbecue. You know, we're not gonna pigeonhole ourselves. We're looking to grow our channel, and we want to do a little something for everybody out there. Let's see. Don't want to fall behind, man. Great point, Rick. Rick says if you copy someone's cook, give them the credit on where you got the idea for your video. Folks, I have never recreated someone's uh, recipe per their recipe. I mean, there are always going to be tweaks. I'm one of those man. I cannot follow your recipe word for word, step by step, because There are just so many things that I have in me that I want to put into my cook. So I've got to introduce myself into your recipe if I'm doing that. But man, if that idea comes from you, man, I saw Rick do this 2 weeks ago, and I just had to throw my hat in the ring. I absolutely, Rick, give yourself, give that individual credit, give them a shout out. Yeah, give them a shout out. Yeah, Mike, I kind of figured that, man. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Darnell is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Buzz, man, I do, but every once in a while, I like to know that you read my comment. uh, Donna, what you been up to, man? You been scarce, working hard? Ryan, man, anything you need, any questions, man, this group right here will have some ideas, some answers for you, man. Awesome group, lots of great content creators, lots of different ideas, and all of them will point you in the right direction. All right, more pleasantries. Johnny, man, you and me both. Yeah, you and me both. And you know, because there are just so many different cuts of beef when compared to some of the other proteins, there's just so much more to do. There's just so much more to do. And yeah, Mom and I, we've been putting out some beef videos, man, and they've been going over pretty well. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yeah, Mike, I've seen you with the grandkids and everything else, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, there you go, Donnell. Donnell says beef patty was our third video. All right, my man. Yes, matter of fact, Stevens, if you haven't seen it yet, Steven did a oven chicken video this week. And again, that thumbnail, immediately when I saw that thumbnail, I said, oh, Steven dropped one. So go check out Steven's oven chicken video. And folks, do not sleep on that oven. As a matter of fact, I want to say Tom the Keto Cook did an oven cook last week, or was it earlier this week? So I am thrilled to see more oven being put in the rotation. There's a market for them. There's a viewership for those oven cooks. Yeah, Grandpa, we see you. Let's see. Buzz, I'm talking about on your videos. When I comment on your videos, I need to I need to know that you see my comment. Oh, I know I hit you up when you comment on mine. Yeah, I always respond. I respond to all of them, good or bad. uh, Delaware, I'm gonna check you out, man. When I get off of here, he has 16 subscribers, and T Roy is one of them. All right. Oh, you immediately went to the top. You're immediately grabbing the massive subscribers. He said he has no idea how he found it, but that's pretty cool. Oh, you've got a brisket video? Yeah, I'm gonna stop in, man. I'm gonna holler at you. Folks, you need to holler. Go check out Power Stack Barbecue. Go check out Power Stack Barbecue and see what he's doing over there. Pork ribs in a Dutch oven. I like that, Johnny. Sorry to hear that, Darnell. Man, uh, I'm not sure if I missed anything, but sorry to hear that. Then good to hear, man. You're starting to feel a little better. Yes, drumstick video. Stephen and Jacqueline cooking or cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. There you go. Oh yeah. Oh, sleeper's correct. Ron cooking and barbecue and just did an oven All right, folks. Sorry about that, man. We just had our lights flicker and knock out the internet. Took a minute to get back. Are we there? Are we there? All right. So yeah, lights flickered like it was gonna go out, then boom, it knocked out the internet. So that took a minute. Maybe we're about to get a storm. Our Yes, we were talking about the beer can chicken that Ron did. Yeah, I watched that video. I absolutely watched that video. So, folks, hey, for those startups out there, man, if you haven't gone and checked out Buzz Barbecue, Buzzed with a D barbecue, go check Buzz out. Give them a holler. Go watch one or two of those videos. Go check out Power Stack. I'm getting ready to shortly. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys and gals as usual, man. We're right there at an hour, and we're gonna call this an evening. I'll go try to watch the last quarter of this football game this evening. I want you guys to handle your business at work tomorrow and enjoy your weekend. Be on the lookout for another video on Tuesday from Mom and Papa Joe. You guys take care of yourselves. In the meantime, Mom and I want you guys to love each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Thanks again.